really don't have it. Okay.
Thinking. Okay.
So.
And Jess, here's the revelation that Jess has to share. And you have to talk fast. Maybe my camera won't hold all of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, yeah, that's really
So
good.
Genesis 27, I was reading in this the other night, and I just felt like the story, I love the word of God. It's definitely the living word, and it's true. So once you start to read it, you'll get to see that. Check it out. But Genesis verse 27, it's Isaac he had two sons, Esau and Jacob, and Isaac favored Esau because, of course, he was the hunter, he was the man's man, so he liked him, and he wanted to give him a blessing before he became too old and passed away. And so he told his son that, and he said, hey, why don't you go out in the country, hunt for me some food, fix me a hearty meal, and then I'm going to give you a blessing before I die. And the key part here is in verse 5, it says, Rebekah, that's his wife, was eavesdropping as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. As soon as Esau had gone off to the country to hunt game for his father, Rebekah spoke to her son Jacob, which is his brother, Esau's brother. I just overheard your father talking to your brother Esau. He said, bring me some game and fix me a hearty meal so that I can eat and bless you. So she says, now my son, listen to me. Do what I tell you. Go to get me 2 young goats, pick the best, and I'm going to prepare the meal, and you're going to go in, and you're going to get the blessing that your brother was supposed to get. And he says, but mother, my brother Esau is hairy, and I have smooth skin. And he's saying, this isn't going to work out. And she says, I've got it all figured out, basically. If it comes to that, I'm going to take the curse on myself and go and do what I say. And what I thought about all of that was that Rebekah is eavesdropping, and Jacob ends up lying, and he ends up receiving the blessing. And so he did play his part, but what I thought was interesting was that she started it all, and that without her being where she wasn't supposed to be and then going and telling what she wasn't supposed to be telling, Esau would have gotten the blessing. It would have all been as Isaac had planned for it to be, but instead she, manipulated the situation and worked it for her good, because Jacob was her favorite. And so I just think that can play out in our lives. We as parents, we can favor a child, and we can do these very same things, maybe not to this extent, but in other ways, and maybe in smaller ways. And then also, I know for me, my friends, especially when I was younger, spoke into my life. And how many of those friends are Rebecca? And they're telling you to do things that really you were never supposed to do, and you were never meant to do. And so I just thought it was interesting that she played such a huge role. I think she's not maybe played up when the story is told so many times, but she really, without her, it wouldn't have been that same story. Esau would have gotten the blessing, and it would have all been just as it was planned. And so it did all work out. God always works it out for his good and for your good and for the plans that he has for you. But at the same time, I always want to be in God's will. And I don't want to be following what somebody's telling me that isn't maybe what I should be doing. So I would just ask today that you just prayerfully consider, who are your friends? Just what are you doing that maybe isn't what you're supposed to be doing? Who's bending your ear and telling you things that maybe you shouldn't be paying any attention to? So that's what I had. Hope it benefits and helps you and just brings you closer to God.